Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go, this is Valley News Live at noon.
New at noon, a 6-year-old boy is hurt after an ATV crash in Minnesota Lakes Country. Hi, everyone, and thanks for joining us. The sheriff's office says the accident happened last night in Becker County, just south of Park Rapids. An 11-year-old boy was driving a side-by-side ATV with 6 other kids on board when he swerved to avoid hitting a dog. The ATV tipped on its side and a 6-year-old boy was injured. He was life-flighted from the scene by a Brainerd Air ambulance with what are described as non-life-threatening injuries. The other children were treated for minor injuries. We have breaking news this noon in the Freddie Gray case. Prosecutors are dropping their cases against the last 3 of 6 police officers charged in Gray's death. Officers Garrett Miller, Alicia White, and William Porter were awaiting trials in the April 2015 death of Gray. Gray died a week after suffering a spinal injury sometime during a police van ride. 3 officers already tried were acquitted. Another was awaiting a new court date after an earlier mistrial. Experts have said the prosecution's inability to get a conviction highlights an overreach in the charging of the officers. State's Attorney Marilyn Mosby says after 3 acquittals, she has had no choice but to drop charges against the remaining officers. Also breaking this noon, the man who shot President Ronald Reagan is about to leave a psychiatric hospital. A federal judge is granting John Hinckley Jr. permission to leave full-time in Williamsburg, Virginia with his mother. The judge says continued hospitalization is no longer clinically beneficial. Hinckley tried to assassinate Reagan in 1981, hitting the president and 3 other people. A jury found Hinckley not guilty by reason of insanity. The judge says Hinckley's leave will happen sometime after August 5th. The North Dakota Highway Patrol is investigating a wrong-way crash on I-29 that ended in the death of 1 man. It happened around 10:30 last night, about 6 miles south of Fargo. Troopers say a 63-year-old man was driving the wrong direction in the northbound lane when he hit a guardrail. And there was heavy police presence overnight in North Fargo in a neighborhood as officers searched for a runaway from Minnesota. A perimeter was set up from 12th to 15th Avenues between Broadway and Elm Street after police say the boy ran from them. They say he's not endangered, but they have a pickup order for the boy. The Democratic National Convention has made history with the nomination of Hillary Clinton as the first woman to capture a major party's nomination for president. It was an emotional night with more drama in store for tonight. Jamie Yukas reports from Philadelphia.
Emotions spilled over as Senator Bernie Sanders moved to seal the nomination.
And I move that Hillary Clinton be selected as the nominee of the Democratic Party.
With that, Clinton smashed through the gender barrier as the first woman to lead a major party in the race for the White House. Bill Clinton turned on the charm with a deeply personal testimonial for his wife.
And you should elect her because she'll never quit when the going gets tough. She'll never quit on you.
Hello, Philadelphia.
And the nominee herself tuned in by satellite.
We just put the biggest crack in that glass ceiling yet.
Here, Hillary Clinton's running mate did a test run ahead of a speech tonight that will put him in the biggest spotlight yet.
Virginia Senator Tim Kaine steps up to the convention stage, as does current Vice President Joe Biden. And after last night's focus on victims of gun violence, members of law enforcement will have their turn, including former Philadelphia Police Commissioner Charles Ramsey.
How do we bridge the gap between police and community that does exist in some communities?
It will also be an important moment for tonight's featured speaker, President Barack Obama. The White House says the president has stayed up late into the night, fine-tuning his case for Clinton, as well as his personal legacy. Jamie Yukas, CBS News, Philadelphia.
The White House also adds President Obama called Sanders after the roll call to congratulate him on the race and his work to unite Democrats. And it was another active evening with storms. Will we see the same activity this afternoon and into the evening? Let's check in with meteorologist Robert Hahn. Robert?
Yeah, we saw quite a bit of activity yesterday in terms of some severe weather, a brief tornado, some flash flooding over parts of the region today. a much quieter day, and it looks like we'll continue to see some quiet conditions as we head through the next several days. Right now, temperatures a mix of 60s and 70s, so not only quieter but also cooler out there. 76 degrees here in Fargo, 74 in Jamestown, 69 degrees in the Devil's Lake area. Winds relatively light, but they're a bit of a breeze out of the north, and we'll see those breezes out of the north today, primarily around 5 to 15 miles per hour with an occasional stronger gust. Clouds, they're exiting off towards the right, off towards the east, and a few more high clouds streaming in from the west, and we'll see partly to mostly sunny skies as we head through much of the rest of the day. The last of the rain and sprinkles that's exiting over into parts of Minnesota and the western Great Lakes. We'll see a dry day today outside, perhaps a few sprinkles in northern Minnesota. Right around 80 today, low 80s on your Thursday. We do have a warm up and more storm chance to talk about on that 7-day forecast. We'll do that coming up.
Thanks, Robert. Take a look at what lightning can do to a car. A woman was leaving Bluestem Amphitheater in South Moorhead last night when a bolt hit her vehicle and busted out the back window. Police say she was pretty shaken up, but appeared to be unhurt. Witnesses say the lightning strike also blew a 1.5 foot wide hole into the road. The Hickok belt stolen from the Roger Maris Museum at West Acres yesterday could be worth tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars. It was awarded to Maris in 1961 when he was named Professional Athlete of the Year. 1960 MVP plaque was also stolen. Police are trying to ID a man seen on surveillance video breaking into the mall early yesterday morning, then into the museum display case. A longtime landmark in downtown Fargo is getting new owners. The American Legion Club building is being sold to the Kilbourne Development Group. The building at 505 3rd Avenue North has been home to club members for more than 60 years. They're moving to the old Hector Airport Terminal in North Fargo. A local hospital is giving organ donors a public pat on the back to showcase their gifts of life. Essentia Health in South Fargo yesterday unveiled a wall which raises awareness about the importance of being a donor. The wall features 55 people who have saved lives and will be expanded as more donors are added. It causes little red blisters, similar to pimples, and it can be very annoying as you wait out the problem. Ahead on your news at noon, 5 things you can do to help prevent swimmer's itch. But next, we have weather to plan your day.